This is probably one of the best items in Arknights Endfield, and you probably never heard about it. So today I will show you how to get this item, because it's extremely useful. And why? What this item is doing, and so on and so forth. So it's a fertilizer. So it is connected to the planting process. I know a lot of you probably do not care about planting process at all, about this planting activity. However, it's extremely important because with this planting activity, you are able to craft one of the best healing items in the game, the one which you cannot obtain through the factory system. And the reason is really simple. I will show you in a second what is the reason, but first and foremost, what this fertilizer is doing. It effectively doubles the amount of plants you received. So you can see here I'm using this fertilizer and I will be able to harvest 6 plants. Normally you will be able to harvest cedar only 3 plants. Now let's use this fertilizer, this specialized fertilizer. Let's use this, and you will see that the amount of plants will be doubled. Yeah, now as you can see, we will be able to obtain 6 plants instead of 3. So it effectively doubles the amount, right? As I said. Probably, if you are like engaged with this system, you probably know that there is another fertilizer, and this is this thing which speed up the growth, right? But this fertilizer is, I believe, currently the best in the game. So first and foremost, why we are even care about those plants. If you go to your PIC and if you go to the seeding unit, you will see that you are able to extract seeds from a lot of plants, right? As you can see, here you have like red jade ginseng, for example. This is a plant which we will be using as seeds to create endgame healing items and endgame like buffing items, right? But you cannot use those seeds inside planting unit, which means you are not really able to do the infinite farming through the factory system for those particular plants. So that's why, that's where the whole garden thing comes into the play, right? Because you can plant those units. So you cannot do infinite farming via PIC, via factory system, but you can actually farm those plants via gardening system. And this is really important because you can craft a lot of useful items. So for example, see this item. Use this to grant critical rate plus 9% and all damage plus 18%. So this is extremely good if you want to do some endgame content, or even if you are not struggling with endgame content, you can still use this to prepare for, I don't know, upcoming patch or whatever, right? It can make your life easier. Or for example, let's have a look at that, right? Use this to grant attack plus 180 and critical rate plus 11%. So this is really strong. Let's see, for example, there. Use this to grant death plus 68%. So you already know what I'm talking about, right? That's why we need those plants. That's why you need to engage with this planting system if you really want to make your account stronger overall. And that's why this fertilizer, which effectively allows you to double the amount of plants which you are harvesting, is extremely strong. And how you can get this item? So first and foremost, you will need to have a Burdo-Muck, so the previous fertilizer. So to get this like previous fertilizer, you need to search for the specific type of animals. Let's go there. You see I marked on the map the location of those animals. I've currently found 2. So one location is there and another one is there. So you can see there. Yeah, so we are already there. You are patting those pets. I see, I already pat this one. So you are able to do this activity once per day. If you are not able to pat them or you are not receiving an item, let me search, because for sure I do not pat all of them. Yeah, let's see, right? So if you are not able to receive any item after patting this animal, it probably means that you did not do one quest, which is named Bird and Beast Tales. You will be able to find this quest like just here, right? So just search for something which is named Bird and Beast Tales. So if you did this quest, after potting those animals, you will be able to collect the first fertilizer. But this is not our final fertilizer, right? But we will use this item to create our final, the best fertilizer. So after you collect all of this poop, essentially, the formula to create this fertilizer is as follows. And as you can see, view chain, that's how you create this fertilizer. You are using this poop and you are using the liquid Xiranite to create this particular item. However, you might be confused because you probably do not see the recipe for this particular item. So it's a little bit confusing because to make this recipe show up, you just need to create one. So you firstly need to create this fertilizer, and then you will learn the recipe. But if you are wondering how to figure out how you're supposed to figure out actually how to get this recipe, like what is the recipe if you don't know before you create one, right? So there is a tip inside the game. So you can see if I use TP and teleport like in front of the like the main city in a Wuling, you can see there is a guy there in front of this statue, in front of this, I don't know, yeah, it's like a statue, and you can buy few items from him. So first and foremost, you can buy this fertilizer. I think the stock is just one, but you can buy it. It's 1000, which is not a really big amount of Wuling credits. And you can also buy fertilizer formula flyer, something like this. And based on this document, you can actually learn what the formula is. So you go to the archive, you can go to, I believe, is it findings? I don't even know, to be honest. Yeah, it's there. You can click, and here you can see to make a fertilizer that keeps the soil fertile, and you have the formula. Mix this item, the poops from the animals, with liquid Xiranite. So that's how you create this fertilizer. And that's how the game kinda give you a secret tip how to do it, right? So that's how you normally will figure this out, right? How to make this fertilizer, because even if you know what the formula is, it's still a little bit annoying. Why it's annoying? Because probably if you are in the end game at the Wuling region, you probably build to Forge of the Sky, and you are not able to build more than 2 Forge of the Skies, unfortunately. If you see, I cannot place another one. I have like, I reach a limit. That will be my third one, and I'm allowed only to put 2 right? So I already have 2, so I cannot put any more. So this is a little bit frustrating. So if you want to make those this fertilizer, what you need to do, you need to actually utilize one of your Forge of the Sky, which you probably already placed, right? So the best way to do it, see, I have the Forge of the Sky in this particular place, right? So what I want to do, I need to replace this item with an animal poop, and this item with a liquid Xiranite. So what I can normally do, I can just cut. So you can, if you have the pipe which transfer the clean water to the Forge of the Sky, right? Or whatever you are transferring to the Forge of the Sky, you can just stash this part. Then you cut the supply of the clean water to the Forge of the Sky, right? What I'm doing too, I'm just stashing those 2 lines too. Just stash them. So in that way, I'm like resetting my Forge of the Sky. However, there is one problem which you might encounter too, that you have a lot of clean water stacked there. And it's really annoying because you cannot move this clean water. There is like no really good, efficient way to move this clean water. The best way is to actually stash your Forge of the Sky. So we need to make sure you don't have any items there, or, well, you can have some items there, you will just lose them, right? And you are stashing the Forge of the Sky. Now you rebuild in the same place, right? Nothing crazy. You are rebuilding this particular forge. And now you can see, oh yeah, there was still a water in this pipe. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, let me stash it one more time. You just need to, as I said, you just need to make sure that it's actually empty, because you want to supply a Xiranite liquid. And if there will be a water there, you will not be able to supply any new type of liquid if there will be a water, right? So as you can see, my production here stops. So what I'm currently doing now to make this new fertilizer. So I'm putting this item, I think, yeah, it's this one, reactor crucible. I put it there because I have a space there to put it, right? You need to supply clean water for this, and then you need to supply a Xiranite to this thing. You cannot unfortunately do it manually, because sometimes, like for all of the Valley 4 facilities, you can actually manually place the items, right? Here, for example, if I will have this sandleaf powder in my depot, right? I can just place the sandleaf powder manually there, right? I don't really need to care. But here, unfortunately, at least I was not able to figure it out how to manually place things there. So you need to actually supply the things there, if it makes sense. You cannot do it manually. So we choose Xiranite, obviously. Now the Xiranite will go to this reactor crucible, and this will create the Xiranite liquid. You need to choose, because there are two outputs, two possible pipes, right? So we need to choose which one should be used for outputting this liquid. So what we need to do, we want to create another pipe, and then just go there. So this was the place where I cut my clean water supply to my forge, right? So you see, I connect pipe there. You can even see there that I have connected pipe. But I still need to select in this forge that I want this liquid to be outputted there. So I need to click on this plus and select this liquid Xiranite. So then this is outputted there, right? And you can see it will reach the Forge of the Sky. And you don't need to supply poops like by using any lines or whatever. You just have your equipment there, your backpack, right? And you just take poops and manually place them there. This will create a fertilizer. As you can see, for my case, here I got a stuck situation, right? Because this fertilizer goes there, but here I'm trying to create batteries. I'm not able to create batteries. It's stuck. The only thing which I need to do is just collect all, take all, and just take also all from this, right? Because you are not able to craft a lot of those fertilizers, right? But you still need to, that's why it sucks, because you still need to use factory facilities to craft this fertilizer. So you need to kind of figure out how to do it in the most effective way. So now, after I'm done, I cut the supply of a Xiranite there, right? Because I don't want to do this liquid anymore. I don't have any more poops as for today. Then I also like stash the pipe there and just do this. In that way, I replace Xiranite liquid with clean water, right? So here, but here, as you can see, now clean water cannot be supplied because I have Xiranite there, liquid Xiranite. So we need to stash this facility. You will not need to do all of it if you have already one Forge of the Sky which is free, but you do not have one free Forge of the Sky. So I'm just showing you this and then I back with my regular supply, right? So now I just back to create what I was creating there. I was creating a Xiranite, right? So I just go back to do it. This is extremely important, right? So this is the way to like temporarily utilize your like factory facilities, right? It's a little bit like, as I said, it's like a pain in us because yeah, it sucks that you need to do Forge of the Sky in particular to do this, because the Forge of the Sky has a limit. You can still do it really fast, right? I was explaining things, so it takes me more. So that's how you can craft this fertilizer, and it will effectively, as I said, it will effectively double the amount of plants which you are growing. By the way, if you want to like a detailed guide how to use the plants well, how to engage with this whole planting system. You can let me know in a comment, because I believe I already know a lot when it comes to this system. So it might be helpful for you. And I know that a lot of people do not care about it that much. But as I said, now you can see we can use this fertilizer. It's extremely important for building an endgame items, which will buff your character effectively, right? So maybe you are not care about it at all, but at the end of the day, it's like really important. And maybe if you are looking for any additional activity in Endfield, I believe this is really good. So yeah, that's how you are crafting this item. Hopefully it was not really confusing. Let me know if you have any better tricks. Your production might be stuck if you missed something. Like for example, if I will leave on this particular line, production line, one fertilizer, if I will miss just one fertilizer, or if I will not notice that and the fertilizer will go there, this will stack my entire production. So just make sure that, for example, if you are producing a batteries as I do, right? Just if you see there like fertilizer, or let's say here you see the fertilizer, just move it to the depot, right? You can do it. You can manually move to the depot those resources. The only thing which you cannot manually move to the depot are the liquids, which sucks, because that's why we need to do this whole trick, this whole thing, right? Yeah, so hopefully this video will helpful for you. If you have any more tips or anything which I missed to add, let me know in a comment. And also if you want a full guide about planting, let me know also in a comment. That's all from me. See you soon in the next videos from Endfield and from Arknights. Bye.